Right, welcome back to another knowledge. In this one I'm taking a look at joy division. Right, this was a famous English rock band in Britain, like. But the interesting thing about them is that they were intended to bring division. See, division, which is dual vision. See, the DI, the duality, and the vision. Right. Of course, division also means like separation, same as the seven. You know what I was looking at in the last day video, right? Formed in Salford, right, which is a sort of like a working class suburb of Manchester and all that, right, in '76. Of course, '76 is totally coded, like, right. And Bernard Sumner, right, which is like the summer, you know, the May Queen type of thing, right. And Hook, Morris, and Curtis, and Ian Curtis was the one who was the lead singer, right, and like the famous one with them, right. So Ian, we've seen the Ian all the time in these chords, and the Curtis is like the curtain or the veil, right. The veil, obviously, you know, the veil idea within the Freemasonry. Free trade hall, say, they met at the free trade hall. The idea of joy, right, joy division, right, is derived from Somak, Somak, right. So the mak is like make, right. So basically, make division, right. Make division. That's what we're there for, to make division, to separate and make division between T's and naturals, as is the codes, right. Also have an interesting little code, right, of Jew and Goy, right. Jew and Goy, and joy, right. There's the sacred curtain, right, the sacred curtain separating the holy or holies from the sanctuary, right. A veil of blue and purple and scarlet, fine twisted linen of cunning work, right. Fine, twined linen, right. I would interpret that as twisted myself there, right. You know what I mean? It's a curtain. So it's like, it's separating the T's from the naturals, right. Of course, that's Ian Curtis. It's the name Kurt, isn't it? We can put in here to master the second veil, because obviously the curtain is the veil, right, and get this up, like. Of course, all this Illuminati stuff is just garbage where they're trying to create, mysteries about it and all that. The hidden hand of Freemasonry, right. As I done in that last video, like. But the hidden hand of Joe Bulon, say it's all just different codes for basically the same thing in it. Just create mysteries and different rabbit holes, as they call it, and all that, like of course that all that means is the thing they was talking about in the last one, the hidden hand. Of course all these famous people are not a part of it, because that's the whole game, isn't it? Seventh degree. Veil. So a lot of veils about things in that. Because obviously the veil is signifying the difference, the separation between the T's and the naturals, right. Interesting in this word, like you have a journal type of thing, you have a John, you have a bull, there's loads of different codes in this particular word, like. Remember John Bull, it was supposed to be the British, what do you call it, John Bull. You can get John Bull out of it. John Bull, a national personification of the United Kingdom in England. And that's an interesting quote. Two witnesses of the book of Revelation. Of course, this is their book. So all these names and that's their codes, isn't it? John Bull, Joe Bulon, say. Same thing, isn't it? They see Ian Curtis, right? Ian, of course, is John again, right? So back to Ian Curtis. And this Curtis, right, they had a song which was called Love Will Tear Us Apart, right? Tea Drinkers, of course, this group. It was the most famous song and all that, right? So again, right, the chord, right, will tear us apart. See the separation, the division, right? And the T, you got the T chord there, right? And basically that, if you've seen the last video, the hidden hand in the Revelations book is the will. The hidden hand symbolizes the will. So love will tear us apart. Of course, love is a tea drinker's chord. People think of it all love and happiness and all peace and love and brotherhood. Of course, it's a chord. And there's no love about it. It's just their chord, right? For being tea drinkers and all that. So there you go, and all the chords in that basically, and this was the most famous song. And then the sort of character, the Ian Curtis character, died in a hex out. The hex out. They made a film about the death of this Ian Curtis. It's all a supposed death anyway, right? Called Control in 2007. Right? So of course, why they call it Control? Because that's what it's all about. It's what the whole game's about, isn't it? Control. That's why they did all hex, music, entertainment, and everything. See? So Control. Yeah. Read on the Bee Gees now, You Win Again, right? I just heard this the other day, and I thought it was interesting lyrics, You win again, right? Windsor, right? And look at the lyrics are full of chord, you couldn't give me what everybody needs, right? It's about tea drinking. You've been using me, right? One day I'm gonna lift the cover, look inside your heart, level, tear this love apart. See, same as that other song in that, right? This battle of love, right? And of course, this is referring to the type of, there's a secret war going on between tea drinkers, or rather, from tea drinkers against naturals, right? This is referring to the battlefield idea, right? The battle of love. You win again, right? We do nothing but compete. There's no life on earth, no other could see me through. And I'll be following you. See, following you. Obviously the monarchy and all that, right? So it's 100% quoted their song. So if you get a chance to hear this one, it's take a listen, Fortress and absolute quoted. See. You can't fight this battle of love with me. So our love is just a pure chord all the way. You know what I mean? There's your theory of evolution. The TH theory of evolution, of course, is love backwards, right? And of course, as we know, read Hebrew goes from the right to left. So look at this. From man into monkey, right? species change over time from men into monkeys, eh? So that's, you know, a lot of connotations in that, a lot of code in it. Evolution and Darwin. Right, now this has led us to sort of have a look at racism, right? And I've figured out that they create racism, right? They actually create it through subliminal brainwashing, right? And put it into people's minds, right? Because as we know, the ideas of the you know, in the lodge, there's no differences, no discrimination of colours, religions, races, and all this, right? But yeah, racism's this big deal, right? So it's creating, look at this, cis, right? So the racism idea, again, is targeted directly at the cis, what they call the cis, which is natural people, right? So it's part of their warfare on naturals to create a racism idea and use it against people. Of course, you know, World War II ideas and like modernistic ideas like skinheads and stuff like that all takes a play in this, and I've done a couple of videos about that stuff before. So this is the sort of, you know, all the stuff about it, right? Of course they create all this stuff, you know. In fact, that there is just basically created out of nothing. You know what I mean? There's not even a semi is basically half in it. A semi is a half, which again is referring to being a tea drinker, right? So anti-tea drinkerism, you know, it's that simple, like, innit? So they created a lot of stuff, right? Again, part of the mental war and that sort of tactics, right? And what I've noticed, right, is they use ethnic slurs, right? Look at the TH, right? The TH. They use ethnic slurs in codes on their sort of own characters and stuff like that, right? Because it sort of subconsciously stimulates ideas in the mind, right, which they then use against you, right? Which ties in with this, right? Meaning shame to be whoever thinks ill of it, right? Or shame on anyone who thinks evil of it, right? So it's like, it's the idea of using your own evil thoughts, right, to bring shame upon you, right? So they stimulate type of codes that make you think sort of bad thoughts and that, and this goes into destroying your own self, right? It's all quite clever, you know what I mean? It's basically used by the motto of the monarch of the United Kingdom, right? Evil unto him, there you go, right? Evil unto him that thinks evil of it, right? So it's about to make you think the evil, right? And then that same evil comes onto you, right, when you think of it, right? So it's all quite clever brainwashing, right? Sophisticated, right? To communicate racial prejudice, right? That's what they use, communications, right? And yeah, you got spear chucker, right? Spear chucker. There's this character, right, who was in he's resigned now, or she, the tea drinker, right? Was the Labour Party's prospective candidate, right? And this one was supposed to be, they were setting this one up to be the new Prime Minister type of thing, right? Have a look at the name, right? Have a look at the name. So here you've got Clive Myrie, an ex-news presenter, and now is host of Mastermind, right? Myrie, one of the eunuch servants. And Irie in Jamaican English is this nice, good or pleasing, right? Friendly greeting. Song from Song of the South, Disney movie from about 1940s, and this is Uncle Remus singing a song, Zippity Doo Dah. It's like Southern Poverty Law Centre. Check the lyrics out, right? There's the I, as in the yes, and me, who am I? Me, who am I? What a wonderful day, right? My, who am I?